Well, let me tell you something, brother.
We're a bunch of marks.
Woo! Oh, yeah! And get some man!
Welcome to Marks and Smarks. My name's Jose Sanz. I'm here with
Hollywood. The Hollywood. No, actually, I'm not Hollywood because Hulk Hogan's racist. My name is Marcus.
and
Big Ralph.
we're here to talk about this week in wrestling, what could have been, what should have been, and what was. We are in prediction mode, sir. The man who holds the spreadsheet, do you happen to have it ready?
No.
Damn.
Hold on.
Should have thought I said that before we started recording, huh?
Probably.
Probably. So it's a prediction time. We're in the Hell in a Cell mode. That's going to be a few hours since we're recording on this. So hopefully, as we're recording, you won't be able to pick who's going to win by watching who's going to win.
I have the points.
It hasn't started yet, so.
All right. So what are the points, sir?
Andre and Jose Sanz at a strong 63. Big Ralph in second place with 68 points. And the new heavyweight champion of the world, Marcus, two-time champion.
The legend, the man.
I don't know about all that, but...
Hey, you're winning. Why not?
I'm a two-time champ, 71 points. I know it stings. I know it hurts, but it'll be okay.
12 points. Jesus Christ. Just to get anywhere near. What are the matches?
I don't know. You're in charge of that.
I got them. I got to see if I can... Marcus, whatever you decide to pick, I think I'm going to go opposite.
There's
Okay.
only eight matches.
Yeah, there's
so
only 8 matches, which includes
special.
the
The kickoff.
the kickoff.
And you know what we always say here?
Yes!
Kickoff is included.
The kickoff is part of the show. Hey, actually, so now that we're on, we have an email address for Marks and Smarks, don't we?
YouGeekly...
It's your Geekly.
Hollywood at YouGeekly.com is where you can reach me. And then I can just... Everybody else can get the same email.
All right. Because there was something I was working on, and I needed an email, and I forgot if we had a Marks and Smarks email. Anyway.
I can make one. I'll make one.
No, you don't have to make one. We just keep it with the YouGeekly. Why go crazy?
I'm going to do it anyway.
Okay, do what you want, man. That's what you do anyway. Damn.
I'm just trying to help you out.
I was just curious. I was trying to make something. I was like, oh, this is cool. Maybe I'll put it under this email. But then I was like, do we have the email? Since you were the man in charge of the emails, I figured I'd ask you.
I'm in charge of all things. I don't know. Whatever.
You don't
It is
have
what
to.
it
We
is.
could do it on the YouGeekly one.
What should YouGeekly email, though?
Mine?
Okay, that works.
I don't know. I don't even know what mine is. But
Oh, we got to figure this out. Man.
yeah, we'll figure it out. Anyway.
This is a wrestling talk. So.
No, this is not Wrestling Talk. What is Wrestling Talk? What happened this past week to get us here at the Hell in a Cell pay-per-view? Let's start off with that kickoff show. The New Day, who is the current Smackdown Tag Team Champions, versus Rusev Day, which is Rusev and Aiden English. We don't know if it's going to be Big E, Kofi, or Big E Xavier, or Kofi Xavier. We don't know which members of the New Day. They are the current champions. Do we finally give Rusev Day a championship since they're so hot? Or do you think their popularity has gone down?
I don't think it's gone down. I'm gonna have to pick New Day for this. No, sorry, not New Day. Rusev Day. I got my days confused. It happens. I've been up since 5 in the morning, so.
Damn. It's not even a work day. Why are you doing up so early?
Apollo.
Not even Apollo. It's just some personal things to take care of.
All right. Hey.
So yes, back on track. I go Rusev Day for this match. I think they have the hot hand, and I don't know, for some reason I think what's his name, Big E is injured. I haven't heard anything, but he just hasn't wrestled in a couple matches. It's always been Kofi and Xavier. Even when they won the titles, it was Kofi and Xavier, and Big E didn't even come out.
I think he was actually legitimately injured at one point, so maybe, but still, I think I'm with you, Ralph. I think Rusev Day will be. You got my days confused. I think Rusev Day will be the champion on this one. Give it to somebody fresh. I think the New Day's had it enough times. They're now the five-time tag team champions. We had a ceremony. It was exquisite and royal.
Yes.
It goes to man who has the 1,000 points, Marcus.
I gotta give it to the New Day because I think Rusev Day will split again. I think Aiden English is going to do something. Rusev and him are going to have a falling out, and then they go and have the match that the Mega Powers had to explode them. I don't see the New Day splitting up anytime soon. I used to, but I just think they're going to be together forever. So I'm going to give it to the incumbent tag team champions of the world, the New Day.
Wow, using big words on this podcast.
Hey man,
Yeah.
The
we're
man,
smart marks.
the man goes back to school, and now he knows big words.
I know all the words, I just never use them. Feel what I'm talking about?
No, never. That's why I don't know the big words.
Oh, okay.
All right, so let's go on to the first of two Hell in the Cell matches. We got Jeff Hardy versus Randy Orton, with this being, Randy Orton trying to erase Jeff Hardy and his identity. Do you think we really need this match? One, because I don't. But if you were to pick, Mr. Marcus, who would you pick in this one?
Orton.
Now, just so you know, in the singles match between Randy Orton and Jeff Hardy, Randy Orton has won 5 out of the 9, and Randy has won 4 of the 9 encounters.
I don't think Jeff can beat Randy in a Hell in a Cell. Randy is just that psychotic. He's unhinged. If you remember the old Randy Orton, the one who used to pump people in the head, he's a whole different animal, and I think that is where this Randy is going. I think Jeff is too, while he's popular, I think he's too beat up. I think he's lost a step, so I'm going to give it to Randy.
Big Ralph, what do you think?
Big Ralph will have to agree with Marcus. I do see Randy Orton winning, and then from what has been going on, maybe, hopefully, a Brother Nero coming off the match after the loss. Like a broken and better than Matt, hopefully, because they really screwed that in the pooch.
Wow, I think Matt's really dealing with a lot of injuries. So,
Yeah.
I read today that he retired.
Oh, yeah?
He officially retired today. Today was his last match.
Wow.
Oh.
I did not read that, so that's sad to hear. But if he's got that many injuries, I think he'd be great in the production aspect of it.
Him and Jason Jordan have been shadowing producers backstage trying to learn the craft.
I did hear about Jason Jordan.
Unfortunate. It's too young for him to...
I know.
Well, his character wasn't getting any, I want to say any votes, any popular votes?
Traction.
So, yeah. So, it would make sense for him to try to seek other venues.
Yeah, plus with neck issues, that's serious. You never know what can happen. I know WWE is pretty big on injury prevention, so if he has to get out, man, he has to get out.
Yeah, unfortunately. All right, so I'm actually going with Hardy. I'm going to go with Hardy in this one. I think that Orton's there now just to enhance, and I think they have big plans for Hardy. So I'm going that way. I think they need to remember we're getting Jeff Hardy again, and we're getting a new generation of people. He's very popular. He needs to push. We need to get him against somebody legitimate. You bring in Randy Orton, have him, and then maybe push him on to an AJ Styles for the championship. Just saying.
Let me see something. Jeff Hardy is 41, and Randy Orton is 38.
Okay, what does that have to do with anything?
You call it Randy Orton enhancement talent. Why would you say that one?
Because where Jeff Hardy's come back and forth, we don't see Orton for very long periods of time. He comes in, he does something, he goes out, you know what I mean? He's a legitimate person that if you put him against anyone, it's really enhancing that person. So Orton has already had the championship. He had a bunch of championships before. He's probably not looking for a full schedule. Hardy just came back. They're trying to reintroduce him to a whole new group of people that haven't seen him from WWE. You give him to somebody who everybody's already seen, and Randy Orton, who's been with the company for a long time. You have him go over Randy Orton. Of course, he's going to do some crazy dive off something, right? He wins the match, and then he's going to next contender for the WWE against AJ Styles.
I think he's going to do a crazy dive and get RKO'd out of it, and then Randy Orton is going to be your victor.
I don't know. We'll see.
I think you're not going to get any points this time, but it's whatever.
All right, but we both agree he's going to do some crazy move off the top of the Hell in a Cell.
Oh, yeah, definitely.
Okay, so there you go.
Something.
Yeah, you know what? Put me down for a point on that crazy.
You don't get a point for that.
Why not? He's going to do something crazy.
Guaranteed it's going to happen.
All right, so the next of the non-title matches, we got Miz and Maurice versus Daniel Bryan and Brie Bella in a mixed tag team champ. Why am I going champ? Okay, there's no mixed tag team title match. Okay, so we saw Brie Bella have a couple of missteps on her suicide dive. Please don't do that again, Brie.
No.
Just stop wrestling.
No.
Yeah, not stop wrestling. Just don't do suicide dives. Look, if it's in your blood, it's in your blood. But just don't do that dive. You just obviously either can't do it or you're unable to do it as you used to before. Practice it a couple more times, then go back.
The only reason why she's even on TV right now is because of her husband. She has no wrestling talent whatsoever.
Oh, no, that's just not right. She's very over with the crowd. She's got a lot of charisma. She's the prettier of the two Bellas.
Being over with the crowd is to wrestle.
The question is she over because of her talent, or is she over because she's Daniel Bryan's wife?
The latter.
But
that's the big question.
Okay, when she was in the feud with Stephanie McMahon, was that all about Daniel Bryan's being Daniel Bryan's wife?
No, it's just because people hate Stephanie.
Right. So.
And because Ralph
people love that.
Well, that feud did start because she supported Daniel Bryan. So, and they were married, or were they not married yet? I don't know. But it did start because of the quote unquote. I don't remember if it was firing or he quit. And it's like, oh, he left you here all by yourself to fend for yourself.
Look, Brie Bella at this point is the John Cena of the women's division. I've already said that before. She is the one who goes between SmackDown and Raw and could do anything. So I don't know why I'm calling Brian Bella for the win.
Hey, I just made a legit question. Is she over because of her talent, or is she over because she's Daniel Bryan's wife? And that's up to everyone's opinion. Everyone can have a different opinion on that.
It's true, but she's talented. Former women's champion.
Did that make you talented?
Doesn't matter. She's got the crowd behind her.
David Arquette, a former WCW World Heavyweight Champion, is he talented?
Didn't have the crowd behind him.
Oh, whatever, man.
All right, I call Brian Bella. What do you guys call?
Miss Maurice.
I actually call Brian and Bella.
I think Brian needs the win. He already lost to Miz.
He
lost
resigned
one.
recently too, so
He lost once to The Miz. This would then set up for a third match, the final match, if he wins it.
I think because he resigned, they're gonna make him lose again.
Why?
What's he gonna do? Can't go anywhere. He's under contract.
Okay, but I mean, do you really want to make him lose again to The Miz? I mean,
Yeah, Maurice will get the pin this time.
over Brie?
It's a war
I
against.
guess it would have to be over Brie.
Yeah, it would have to be over Brie.
Remark right there.
It's a war against fans. Vince doesn't care about the product and what we think. So yeah, he's gonna give it to Miz.
Vince is worried about the XFL.
Yeah, I think he needs to worry about actual wrestling, but it's whatever. It's just money to do with what he wants.
I feel we got.
I think you would get a better. I think you would get a better pop from the crowd if you have Bryan and Brie win it.
You would, but they don't care about pops. I'm trying to tell you.
I guess we'll have to
we'll see.
to disagree on this.
I'm calling it a perfect game. I'm calling it a perfect night.
Get 10 points over a fluke PWI 500 thing, and you think you can just be like the man all of a sudden.
It wasn't a fluke.
It was a fluke.
How was it? I told you. I called it from the start.
It was already said if Omega didn't win that championship, he would have never been number one.
And that's a fluke?
That's a fluke.
He would have been number two? And
Right.
And what is it? AJ would have been
AJ
one.
was two, so...
And then Mr. Stance would have gotten the 10 points.
Yeah, and then you would have been further behind in the back.
Dude, I was already in a lose-lose situation, so I really didn't care anyway. And you guys
Yeah, but now you think, oh, I'm going to do a perfect game? Is this the crap talk we have to hear now?
Man, I'm back. I'm back on form. I'm back on point.
All right, another championship match. We got the Raw Tag Team Champions, Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre versus The Shield, which is only Rollins and Ambrose. Who do we think's going over in this one? I'm throwing it to you, Big Ralph.
I'm actually split on this one. As a fan, I would love to see The Shield reunited and, win the championship. But the competitive in me is like, I don't really see them winning. I'm gonna go with my gut. I'm gonna pick The Shield on this one. I might lose some points on this, but F it. Go for broke.
All right, so you're saying The Shield?
I'm saying The Shield.
All right, Mr. Marcus, what do you think?
Who are the two people in the tag team again?
The four people since it's a tag team, or the two people? I can give you two people.
The two
The two
teams.
teams.
Dolph Ziggler and Drew McIntyre, or Dudes with Attitudes 2.0, versus Seth and Dean.
Seth and Dean. No, McIntyre and Ziggler.
Okay, I'm going McIntyre, Ziggler as well.
I have no reason why. I just think they're gonna win.
I have a reason too. Maybe it's the same reason.
Just think they're gonna win.
I think they're going to win. I think Drew and Dolph are going to get it.
That's bad for a podcast that's based on wrestling and our opinions and our thoughts and why we think something. But
I can't
no
express my thought process until we get to another match.
Oh, okay.
Oh,
Go ahead.
well, what about you? Why don't you express why you think it's Dolph and McIntyre?
I just don't think that Dean and Seth are going to win. I think Dean is going to maybe go heel, or something's going to happen. I don't know. I just don't see the Shield beating Ziggler and McIntyre.
All right. So let's go to the women's championship matches. We've got the SmackDown Women's Champion Charlotte Flair versus the new and improved Stone Cold's Becky Lynch.
Becky's Lynch.
Becky's Lynch. Why not?
You sound like Big Ralph.
You say
All
that
right.
like it's a bad thing.
Leo, tell me, Mr. Marcus, what do you think it's going to be on this one? Or who do you
All,
think it's going to be?
all Becky. All Becky all day.
All Becky all day. I'm going all Becky all day too. I think she's really hot. I think she's hot in the sense that she's on fire, like she's got momentum, and I
Another
think
way
they need
too.
to give her the title.
Yeah, Becky's. I love me some Becky. That's all I'm gonna say.
I think she's totally over. I think she could be a Stone Cold character for the women's department, the women's championship. I think the feud would even further with her as champion. It's like giving Tommaso in NXT the champion. I think it can go even further if we give it to Becky.
Tommaso, I think, is the best heel on the roster, on any
Agree.
roster right now.
I'll agree with that. What about you, Big Ralph?
Big Ralph doesn't watch NXT, so he doesn't know about Ciampa.
He's
I know
seen
about
enough
Ciampa.
Ciampa.
Yeah.
I mean, I may not be a NXT addict like Marcus.
I'm not an
but, hey,
addict.
I watch enough.
Well, I'm happy. I'm happy you watch it.
All right, Big Ralph, who you picking, Charlotte or Becky's?
I'm gonna go with Becky.
Ooh, all three Becky.
Although I really like Charlotte more, but I don't see Becky losing this match. I think the win would help her, even though she's over. But again, if you are really wanting to appease the fans, which I'm a fan, I would like to see Becky win, even though I like Flair more.
You like Flair more, you say.
I like Flair more, yes.
Is it because she's Amazonian and tall?
It's because she's Amazonian and tall and blonde.
And she's almost as tall as you.
Almost. Close, but no cigar.
I feel you. I just like Becky because I think in ring Becky is better. I think her personality carries over
Wait.
a lot more.
Whoa. In ring, you think she's better than Flair?
I think she has a greater variety of moves. Yeah, I think she's better in the ring.
Really?
It's hard to say better because I think if you look at it, they're probably like Brett and Shawn in a way where one wasn't really better in the ring, but they each have sort of characteristics that make them stand out in different ways. And I think Becky's characteristics make her stand out in ways which makes me like her more than Charlotte. Let's put it that way.
You
I don't
could
think one is
say Becky might be a slight better wrestler, but Charlotte's more of an entertainer, more of a showmanship, just like her father was, where you would see her moves and you're like, wow, like.
Yeah, but Charlotte has a lot more move variety than her father did ever.
Oh no, yes.
I think Charlotte's a
that's
better
for
athlete.
sure.
I think Charlotte's a better athlete, but Becky's the better wrestler.
I think with the new character, and they give her more of a bruiser type role, like a fighter. You know what I mean? I think
You
that'll
mean
make it
like an actual last kicker?
Yeah, less finesse, more get down and dirty. I think that'll like a Stone Cold type character.
Yeah.
I think that's why I think that's where it's gonna go. I hope that's where it's gonna go.
See, like,
But as for
it could be the female Rock versus Stone Cold.
I can
Well,
see that.
Austin was the better wrestler, though, for sure. In
Yeah.
that duo.
Again, we are saying the same thing, where Becky is the better wrestler, just like Stone Cold, and
Well,
The Rock was the better showmanship.
The better sports entertainer. Let's
right,
put it
but
that way.
Exactly.
I think you're taking Flair as the Rock and Becky as the Stone Cold, so it's kind of opposite. So Flair,
Flair was a hell of a wrestler,
yeah,
technically speaking.
I don't know. It's a lot, but so we're all going Becky,
Yes.
Rebecca Quinn.
huh?
Rebecca
Quinn. So the other women's champion is the Raw Women's Champion, which is Ronda Rousey versus Alexa Bliss. I'm going Rousey, keeping it since they got the new Evolution pay-per-view coming up. So I believe if you're going to showcase the women, you're going to need a strong champion, and I believe Ronda would be their go-to.
I think Alexa's going to get it back because she has a knack for getting the title back and holding it. I just don't think it's going to be tonight. I think Rousey keeps it. But I think give it give it 2 or 3 more pay-per-views and Alexa gets it back. She just has a knack for it.
So who do you think's gonna win then?
I told you, Rousey.
Rousey. She said.
Oh, okay.
Said Rousey.
Oh no, because you said I think she's gonna. You thought that Bliss was gonna win it, and then but not. It's like not tonight, but okay, so is she gonna win the match, or is she gonna?
That's why I said. Well,
is she gonna win the match and not win the belt because it was disqualification?
No way. If I say she's gonna win it, but not tonight, what does that tell you? That she's gonna win it eventually, just not tonight. So who else is gonna win?
All right. See, I'm gonna go completely and totally opposite from you guys, and I'm gonna think that Miss Bliss is gonna win the match and the title.
So you're saying? Well, go ahead, finish your thought.
Only because if you remember on this past week on Raw, Miss Rousey is hurt at the ribs. That might come into effect on tonight's match.
I was gonna say that it's gonna set up Trish versus Alexa for the title, but nah, I think they're gonna give it to Becky, not Becky, but Rousey still. But that will be interesting to see Alexa versus Trish for the title. I don't think it's gonna happen.
I didn't even think about that. Make her a 7-time champion?
I think she's already 7-time.
I mean, an 8-time.
All right. Well, sorry. Don't know
It's all right.
time Trish has won it. Sorry, my bad.
She has a record in WWE, but Gail Kim has more overall between all the federations she's been in.
See, now I think they should bring Gail Kim back for the Evolution.
She's never coming back.
I know, but I would hope. You know, that would have been fun.
I personally want to see AJ.
Yeah, that's not going to happen.
Yeah. Nope.
All right, so I'm going to jump to the Universal Championship match, which is also in a Hell in a Cell, which is the current champion Roman Reigns versus Braun Strowman with Mick Foley as a special guest referee. I'm going to throw this one to you, Ralph. What do you think?
I can't go against Strowman. Big people tend to stick together.
As they should.
Yeah.
It's just every match that it's always Reigns versus Strowman. For some reason, Reigns always comes out on top until it's the ambulance. The ambulance match, Strowman wins it, and then for some reason Strowman ends up going into the ambulance anyways. Get back to me. Give me a minute.
All right, we'll give you a minute. What about you, Marcus?
I mean, I'm already losing points somewhere else, so.
I read somewhere that they're planning on keeping it on Roman, so I'm going Roman. Just because of the inside dirt I got.
Oh, well, I'm going Strowman, and I feel like, and this kind of goes why I picked Dolph and Drew. I feel Strowman is going to get it. I think interference from Foley's going to happen. You got another big man who's going to beat up on the little guy. Kind of reminds him of the 20-year Hell in a Cell with Undertaker. You know, he's not going to let Roman take a big bump or something. Ends up making him lose the match. Something to that effect, right? And then you're going to have all the titles, or the major titles on, well, except for the IC, on the faction, or what do they call the War Dogs, I call them?
The Dogs of War.
Dogs of War. So
Strowman.
Strowman.
Who is the IC champion?
Huh?
Who is the IC champion?
Seth has it. He's not going to lose it. He's in a tag team.
Yeah.
So, I mean, I feel like you get them to have a full championship faction, and that faction looks strong. Like the first faction that's very dominant over the Shield, which was dominant prior. So I'm kind of going with that storyline. Did the Shield lose it? Or are they not as dominant? Strowman wins it. The tag team titles are on that faction. That faction's the new faction. You got a good story going there. And then it has the Shield coming up from the bottom to get back all the titles.
The Shield
show their
the
dominance.
underdogs.
Yeah. That's why I picked Dolph and Drew back when we talked about the Raw.
Okay, I can respect your point.
But this man has dirt, so you never know.
Yeah.
Who'd you get the dirt from?
The wrestling website I go to, and I won't say because they're not paying me for advertisements.
All
Okay.
right.
It's the website I always link you to.
Oh. Okay.
But are they reporting it from some other wrestling site, or they're just reporting it?
They're reporting it from their inside sources.
Like, is it a Meltzer? Is what I'm trying to get at, I guess.
Oh, I don't remember if it's Meltzer or not. It was one of Bobby Heenan's people. Rest in peace.
All right, Ralph, we're back to you.
He always had people, right?
Yeah.
His sources.
Right. As a fan, I'm gonna go this one as a fan. I would like to see Braun Strowman win it, only because the only other Money in the Bank that they had, it was squandered. If you do that 2 in a row, I'm done with you.
You talking about Corbin?
I'm talking about Corbin. Corbin's Money in the Bank was squandered, and now you're gonna squander Strowman's Money in the Bank. It's like you should have just given it to Kevin Owens if you were gonna do that.
I think Damian Sandow missed his opportunity too, right?
John Cena lost his.
Cena lost his as well.
What happened to Sandow?
Sandow lost his.
But I mean, like, it would be back to back.
Yeah, you're right.
Last year was what's his name? Corbin, and now is Strowman. It's like, come on, back to back squandering. I could forgive you. It's like, 2 years ago Corbin squandered it, and now we're here and Strowman gets squandered. But it's like, just back to back. It kind of makes me think that, the Money in the Bank really has no significance anymore.
No,
like, okay, I could ask for the match, and then it's like, I lost the match, and that's it. I'm back to the back of the line.
But Vince doesn't think that fans remember anything, so.
I know. That's what I'm saying. As a fan, I'm gonna go with Strowman because I do remember, and I am an intelligent person, unlike what Mick Mahan thinks.
Mick Mahan is un pendejo.
I may not sound like it because I take pauses, but
it's not just Mr. McMahon who thinks that.
Mick Mahan.
Wah wah.
Shots fired, man. That's horrible. Don't be mean, girl. Be nice.
No, and I'll tell you why I'm a little upset, Ralph, but after the podcast. Ralph, you and I have to have words. All right, so the last...
What happened? Is this personal?
No, it's no. He suggested I do something with a game, and now my 7-year-old is kind of addicted to it. Because I happened to download it and try it out. I thought he was asleep because him and his mom were taking a nap. So I tried it out, and next thing I know, here he is. He took over, and now he's all excited and wants to play all the time.
I don't think.
So you let him see it? I never said
he was here when I was trying it out, and he woke up, and there it was.
You see, I won't have that problem because love doesn't live here, so I won't have kids. So it's all good.
Never say never.
Ladies and gentlemen, there's emptiness here in this podcast. Just no love.
Desolate, empty, barren. I'm not crotchety or cranky, but I'm just like a husk of my former self.
Jesus.
And I'm better for it.
Oh! Damn, shots fired, should I say?
Yeah.
Shots are not fired.
That sounds like a shots fired type thing. That's a really like undertone type thing there.
No, I've been hardened in the fires of whatever you want to call that.
Of Mordor.
No, because then I will be evil. I'm not evil, but my steel has been tempered by the fires of emptiness, of no love. So.
Yeah, that's still shots fired.
No, it's not.
If I could get a T-shirt right now for this, it totally would just say "Love does not live here anymore," and just say Marcus on the back.
On the back, it would say "Baby, don't hurt me no more." You feel what I'm talking about, man?
We're feeling you, man. We're there for you. Solidarity.
Hell yeah.
So, the last match that I put as the last match, which is the only belt that actually matters in the WWE, and that is the WWE Championship belt.
Although it's not going to be the last match.
I know, but in my perfect world...
That's a topic for a different podcast.
No, we could do it. You know what? That could be the topic of the next one. Because in my eyes, the one that has the lineage, the legacy, is the WWE Championship. It should go on last. AJ Styles, current champion, versus Samoa Joe, who's probably going to bring up Wendy, because why not?
Yeah.
Felt like the man has he likes square burgers. I don't know. Wendy.
What?
Who are you
Wendy's?
talking about?
Wendy's? Kind of joke?
Oh, I actually got that.
Oh, I got you now.
Wow.
Yeah, because Wendy's has, if I have to explain it, it doesn't work.
That means your joke isn't as funny as you thought it was.
Wow. Sometimes I'm the only one that likes to get the joke.
You know what, man? Sometimes I feel
Big
like
Ralph got it, so.
sometimes I don't.
So, AJ Styles, Samoa Joe. Marcus, I know you have to fill this hole that's in your heart. Will AJ
I don't
winning
want it
the championship help you with that?
No, I don't want it filled because then it could just become empty again. I want it to stay empty. But I'm going with
If you didn't have it, let's just start here. If you didn't have it, you wouldn't be on the path you're going right at this moment.
I don't know.
No, you wouldn't have, because you were content to where you were.
I wanna make sure I stay content. You know?
All right.
That means that I can't be hindered or bothered with love. I have to stay the course. It's a hard life, the life I'm choosing, but it's for the betterment of everybody. Just like Arrow, you know? He chose a life to save his city, and I'm doing the same thing.
What city are you saving?
I'm choosing this path to save my life, my reality.
Your life was not in jeopardy at any point during this time.
Shit, I don't know. I am somebody else. I am something else.
You are the knight. You are Batman.
Nah, Batman's overplayed. I am, Nature Boy Marcus.
You're Batmite?
The what? I'm the only one that can save this city, and that's what I'm doing. And I've made the sacrifices to that extent. So.
Right now, Marcus, you're sounding batshit crazy.
Man, I don't know. Maybe it's the magic, because I do have magic.
Okay, before I go totally out of tangent, who do you pick between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe?
Joe.
Yeah, I asked you, who are you picking between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe? Yes, I know. I'm telling you.
You're telling me what?
I'm asking you who you're picking between AJ Styles and Samoa Joe.
Ralph, you understand what I'm talking about, right?
Yeah.
I think he's trolling me now. I am picking Samoa Joe.
Oh, all right.
What the hell, man?
I thought you were calling my name.
Why would I call your name? You're right here.
I don't know. You were like, Joe, maybe you didn't hear me.
No, man. I can't pronounce his real first name. Otherwise, I would. But I'm
It's
picking
Samoa.
Okay, so Mr. Samoa.
Trying to feel a little love and laughter into your soul.
I don't want it, man. I'm happy the way I am.
Why Samoa Joe?
Because AJ's had the title for a while. I don't see him doing anything else with it. He's faced everybody on the roster. It's time for a new champion. And I think Joe's got it in his head.
Who would be next in line? If you don't have AJ win it here, they're going to have a rematch. So that means he's not going to win it again. And then who would be the next opponent for Joe?
Who's the top babyface? Daniel Bryan.
Daniel Bryan.
But I think he's still going to be with the Miz though.
I'm not sure. They might have a number one contenders match or tournament. something. But I'm going with Joe, and then maybe Brian afterwards. With the maybe R-Truth, man, because
he pulled some pretty impressive stuff this past week. Or was
he
it last
weaved his
week?
way into the main event. So
I know. Come on.
It was last week.
It was last week. Yeah.
But I think they have a serious lack of baby faces on SmackDown.
Well, you get Jeff Hardy.
I don't see that happening.
Okay. So Samoa Joe it is. What about you, Big Ralph?
I'm gonna have to go with my wife and pick the phenomenal AJ Styles.
Dude, he's gonna be champion forever if she has anything to say about it.
You say that like it's a bad thing, like
Right.
if he puts bad matches.
He doesn't, but I'm like, damn, like you need some variety.
No,
Well-
look, I would prefer him being the longest reigning champion than the one who is currently the longest reigning champion. You know, the lazy. Well, let me take that one back because I don't want him to come at me,
Technically,
Mr. Lesnar.
the longest reigning champion right now is Pete Dunne.
Oh.
Well,
Yeah, we got to talk about that. What do you, Marcus, since you were an NXT guy, I know it's a little off the subject, but what about Ricochet versus Pete Dunne for the champions? For the
That's
UK
next week,
and
right?
that's next week, and then the North American, both on the line.
I don't think it's gonna. I think it's gonna be a no contest. I think people are gonna interfere. I don't think you get a clear victory out of that one.
I kind of hope that's what it is, because I would rather it do that than have them, give one or the other to one person.
Because Ricochet's from what? Virginia, Kentucky, somewhere like that. He's not even European, and I don't think you want to have your top guy in the UK division lose his UK title starting NXT UK. So
when does the UK start, though?
I don't know.
I don't know either. I think they
Because-
started taping, actually.
Because you can always have Ricochet win it, and then in one of those dark matches have him lose it back to Pete Dunne.
A dark match now. You gotta get
No,
that on tape.
it would be like the first
Well, hey.
episode of NXT UK. I would do it if you were going to do that.
That's what happened in for the titles when Masha Mountain won it from, or was it? No, when
Did you call
sorry.
him Marsha Mountain?
I said mouse. Ugh. See, yeah, I'm tongue tied. Mustache Mountain.
Mustache. Okay.
Mustache.
That wasn't the dark match though.
No, I think he
no.
means...
I mean when Undisputed won it back. That it was on the app that they started announcing it.
Yeah, no, they do that on the app because they pre-tape, so it's already out there somewhere. So they just announce it on the app. It's not a dark match. It's actually one of their matches that they'll show on the network. It's just they announce it before it shows because people already saw it and are probably reporting on it. So they might as well just put it out there as well.
Oh, okay.
Oh.
That's where love went.
Yep.
Dude,
Okay,
I
so I
don't-
take that back then.
Yeah, please bring the love back in.
dude, I don't know what happened this weekend, but I had some Burger King and oh man, I don't know what I was
No.
like.
Burger King can do that to you, man.
I think the milkshake was bad or something.
Okay, I never have a milkshake at Burger King, but hey,
Yeah,
milk, man.
Dude, I don't know. I was like, it was bad, man. I don't know. I think that's where all the love went. It went to the air.
You know what? That's a
Don't
good
ever-
diet.
If you live in the South Florida area, never go to the Burger King on what is it, 183rd Street and 441. Don't do it. You will die of food poisoning. Like that was horrible. I had the jalapeno double burger.
So you had a milkshake and a jalapeno double burger,
Hell yeah.
and you
But I
wonder
think-
why your stomach jumped.
No, but I think it was the milkshake because something just wasn't right with it. And
And
The
you still
ma-
drank it anyways.
I had to. It's a milkshake. And the manager was like bitching and complaining. He's like, I work at McDonald's and Burger King, but whenever I come here, it's always some blah, blah, blah. I'm like, oh my gosh, you really don't like being here, do you? Like, it was bad, so.
So I'm picking
It is
AJ
what
as
it
well.
is. So both of you are going AJ?
Yeah, I think
I
AJ.
think I don't think Ralph is going AJ. His wife is going AJ. I want to know what Ralph's true emotions are regarding this.
It's still AJ. I'm more of an AJ fan than a Samoa Joe fan.
Oh snap!
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't mind Samoa Joe, but I think AJ's just really good at the position. He could put on matches with anybody. There's still Bryan that he can do it with. He can go against Orton, I guess. I mean, who else is out there? Miz might be a good one if he beats Daniel Bryan. There's still few heels out there he can, fight. And then eventually take it. I think he needs to keep his legacy because he doesn't seem like he's going to stay any longer past 40. And he's already up there.
Who, AJ?
Yeah, he kept talking about how he doesn't think he's going to last until... He doesn't want to be one of those guys who's doing it until they're 50.
AJ's 41, I think.
Right, he said, he was talking about, his 40s, why he goes out on top. You never know. Also, if Michaels comes back, I need that match.
But you could have that match even if he's not the champion.
I know, but it would put more stakes on it if he is the champion. I've beaten everybody on the Smackdown brand. There's no one else who could challenge me. Bam, here comes Michaels.
The Heartbreak Kid?
Hell yeah.
Shouldn't he be like the Heartbreak Man by now, though?
You would think so, but no.
Yeah, depends. Depends who's wrestling him. If it's The Undertaker, he's still a kid. I don't know who's older. I don't know who's older in that one.
Who?
They might be the same.
Who might be the same age?
Taker and Michaels.
I think Taker's 51 and Michaels is 53. Hold on.
All right, so those are the picks. AJ, I'm picking AJ. Ralph's picking AJ. Marcus is picking 53. Samoa Joe. Huh?
Taker's 53 and Shawn Michaels, I think, is 51. Oh, they're both 53.
All right, well, never mind. There shouldn't be kid. It should be just Mr. WrestleMania, the showstopper. That's fine. All right, so quick recap. Have you been writing this down incorrectly? Probably, hopefully.
All right. Hollywood picked New Day. Joe and Ralph picked Rusev Day, correct?
Correct.
I picked Randy. Joe and Ralph picked... No, Joe picked Hardy and Ralph picked Randy, correct?
Correct.
Hollywood picked... No, not Hollywood, because Hollywood's racist. Marcus picked Miz and Maurice, and Joe and Ralph picked Brian and Bella.
Correct.
Hollywood... Marcus picked...
It's your
say nature.
Marcus and Joe.
You say nature wood.
Nature boy.
No, I'm not saying nature wood. That sounds like an aphrodisiac.
Love doesn't live there, don't you know? There's no nature, there's no wood.
That's not love, that's love. So Marcus and Joe picked Ziggler and McIntyre. Ralph picked The Shield.
Correct.
We all picked Becky.
Correct.
Me and Joe picked Rousey, and Ralph picked Alexa.
Correct.
Sounds right.
That damn Alexa, man. Oh, man. I'm single now, so what's up, Alexa? I
was wondering when that was going to be thrown out.
I picked Reigns. Joe and Ralph picked Strowman.
Correct.
And I picked Joe, and Joe and Ralph picked AJ.
That's correct.
I mean,
right.
You can't go wrong when Joe, who's going against AJ, picks AJ over himself.
That's true. I don't think I'm going to win.
Amen. I did it, though. I'm going to get a perfect game. I'm telling you. I feel it. I feel it on my bones.
You only got the points because of that PWI thing that we all agreed to. But if we were talking in the regular rotation, you were doing terrible. So as long as I'm sticking with Ralph on some of mine, I feel pretty confident.
See, man, I was doing bad, but after I got my mojo back, I'm good.
All right, we'll see. So if you agree or disagree with any of our picks, please let us know on ugeekly.com. That's UGEEKLY. Or Marks and Smarks under Twitter or Instagram. Our main event match, or the match we're considering, or the match of the week, which we consider our main event match, was Chaos, which was, and I'm going to screw this man's name up, aren't I? Maybe you guys can help. Tomohiro Ishii?
Yes.
Tomohiro Ishii and Will Ospreay versus the Golden Lovers, which is Kenny Omega and Kota Ibushi, and this was at Road to Destruction 2018. The reason why I picked this match, it was one that was talked about. Huh?
Harley Powder.
Yes, for the week. So all the matches that happened in any type of brand, because I'm trying to not stick to just WWE. I'm looking at all different brands. But this one was the most talked about for the week. What'd you guys think? Did you see it? Did you get a chance to view it?
I watched it and I thoroughly enjoyed it. I think the dynamic of Kenny and Kota worked really good.
Absolutely.
What kind of threw me off a little bit is you have Will Ospreay, which can be kind of compared to Kenny and Kota, and then you throw in Ishii, and it's just like, dude.
I liked it. No, I liked it because you know what? Ishii had that, like, he looks like a bulldog.
They call him the Snow Pitbull.
Oh, is he called the Pitbull? Oh,
Yeah,
he looks like a bulldog. He looks like some type of mean dog, and he'll
Like a
come in
mad
there and
dog.
he'll just come and just beat the hell out of you, and you could see it. Like, he just was a brawler. He just had any hitting fight where they would go, forearm to forearm or chop to chop. He was just dominating, and you need that to offset all those high flyers.
Yeah.
There's
I
a-
liked it.
What?
I actually finished watching it while we were, talking, and I would have to say my favorite part is when Kenny and Kota I think they're gonna pull off a move on Ishii, and Will Ospreay just jumps from the turnbuckle. Kenny grabs him, moves to the ropes, and then just chucks him over the ropes to the floor.
It was a little bit of a botch almost.
Yes, but he recovered, and then he just went, I'm taking out the garbage.
Yep.
I thoroughly enjoyed it.
Agreed.
Agreed.
I agree that Ishii was a little out of place, but like I said, I think it deserved that different style in there because you had all these high flyers. The Golden Lovers team overall is just a great team. They have their own set moves. They know exactly what's going on. And even Ishii and Ospreay had some pretty good, double teams together. And they worked good contrasting styles. So the match was fast-paced. They weren't always like one-on-one. It was like just all around, almost round-robin. Guys were tagging both in and out. It was all over.
It kind of makes you wonder, though, like, how the hell is Kenny Omega going to beat Ishii 101?
I like that. Like, Ospreay took the pin, right? So he took the pin, so it kept that match going. And, man, that guy Ishii looks like he could take anything from anybody. Like, he won't back down whatsoever. The guy looked like he was just mean and tough. And I was scared that he was just going to...
Unstoppable.
Yeah, man. And he's not... It's not like the Brock Lesnar Unstoppable, where he's huge and he's got all these muscles. He's small. He's compact, this guy. Compact. Looks like he would be an MMA fighter. And he just goes at you.
Like a Jim Neidhart.
Yeah, like a Jim Neidhart. Just at you. And, these guys are doing some crazy stuff. Not a lot. They did a lot of high spots, I thought, though. But it worked. It kind of kept the match at a certain pace. And they were going for about 20 minutes, 25 minutes. So it was really entertaining. And that venue, because I've never seen that venue before, it looks like one of the, is that a house show?
I don't know. Well, I don't know if it's categorized as a house show because it's taped. But I don't know.
But it's called Road to Destruction, so I'm assuming this is like little matches leading up to the main thing.
I think so.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm yawning.
It's all right. So, I don't know, just like the venue was smaller, it seemed more intimate. It seemed when we see some of the other shows or the other like pay-per-view big events, they're in this huge arena or dome, and you know, you don't see or hear. You can hear them, but they're not as. They almost look emotionless in the stand. At least in the stands here, you could see the people getting involved. So I kind of like that more.
Is Shawn Michaels starting to look old?
Yes,
Yes.
but he's not in this match.
Sorry.
So I like the match. If you guys want to check it out, it's the Golden Lovers, Kenny Omega, Kota Ibushi versus Chaos, which is Tomohiro Ishii. Did I say that right?
Yes.
Tomohiro?
Yeah.
And Will Ospreay. Road to Destruction 2018. Check it out. We saw it on Daily Motion, but I'm sure you can see it on New Japan World. I don't know how much that is, so I don't know how to plug it. Is that what, $6.99, $9.99? I don't know.
I don't know. I ain't paying for nothing.
I don't want to know.
I have a question though.
Go.
So, if Tomohiro Ishii and Will Ospreay are members of Chaos, wouldn't technically then they just fought Bullet Club?
No,
I don't
because
know,
Kota,
know.
I don't think, is part of Bullet Club. I don't think Kota's officially Bullet Club.
He is part of the Golden Lovers.
Yeah,
The Golden Elite. I'm sorry.
the Golden Elite. Yeah, but I don't think he's Bullet Club. Because they don't, when they write the matches, it says they always call them the Golden Lovers and not Bullet Club. Usually when it's Bullet Club members, they kind of they'll say Bullet Club. I don't know.
So he's not for life?
Well, he might. Well, I don't know. I can't answer that. You have to talk to them.
Okay.
I don't book this shit.
You should. We all should be booking, to be honest with you.
So that's the match. That's the show. We're part of the Unique Geek Network, so you can find us on our website. That's YouGeekly. That's UGEEKLY. We also are on Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all under the same name. That's YouGeekly. My name's Jose Sands. I'm here with...
The man who was deciding on a new moniker, but for now call me Marcus.
And...
And Big Ralph.
saying see you next time.
Bye.
Bye.
And if you're not down with that,